Hello Year 9, I'm going to show you how you can make a fabric out of carrier bags. You can make a kind of fabric that you can then use to sew together to make a product. You could make like a pencil case or a wallet, or well, use your imagination. This one is a technique I'm showing you, but what it's got is or on top it's got one of the bags that fruit come in, one of the nets, a fruit net, and that's been placed on top and used as plastic to put in my material. So I'm going to show you the technique now. If you're using carrier bags, I suggest you chop off the bottom bit and the join, so the join at the bottom and the join on the handles, so that you don't get this overlapped bit and then parts of your fabric will be thicker because of that. So you just need to chop off the seam. If you're going to do this, you need to check with your parents because you're going to use an iron and it's hot, so you need to know that you can use an iron safely. And also, it's up to them whether you use the iron for ironing plastic rather than clothes. So, what I then do is I lay out my plastic carrier bags on top of each other. And then, so I get it as flat as I can. You can use plastic from anything. I've got also here some plastic from loo rolls. So what my loo rolls come in. So I'm going to place that on there as well. And I think I want that clear bit here. And what's nice is if you get colours, you can even cut out shapes and layer it up. I'm going to put that there. What will happen is it will shrink down, so you won't ever end up with the size that you start with. It will always get smaller. And I've got some little swimmer nappies. I'm going to try putting dory on there. I'm going to try putting dory there, see what happens. If you remember when you learned about plastics, there's two types of plastics. There's thermoplastics and thermoset plastics. These ones are thermoplastics because they're changing shape when they heat up. Thermosets are set in the shape that they're put into when they're first manufactured. Okay, so you need to make sure that you've also got some baking paper. Baking paper will protect the ironing board and the iron, so you don't actually melt any of the plastic onto either of those. So I'm just going to put that bit there. You need baking paper on the bottom, so I've got a bit underneath my carrier bags, and you need baking paper on the top. Then, when your iron is hot enough, you can start ironing. What you'll notice is that the paper starts to crinkle, and that's because the plastic underneath is heating up and retracting and shrinking together. The smaller, thinner white carrier bags, because it's a thinner plastic, will shrink more than the loo roll plastic because that's thicker. So you can see that this is shrunk down, this one hasn't shrunk down as much. If you want to keep it bigger, and if you want those sort of images on there, or specific shapes that you cut out, you need to do it from the thicker stuff like the loo roll packaging. So you just iron it together and you can see that it's all starting to stick together. On the white carrier bags you'd need a few more layers on those because they're very thin. Just fold this over. And you'll see this bit of white will shrink down quite a lot. You'll want your iron on a hot setting, like cotton setting. Last little bit. What you end up with is a fabric that you could make something out of. Now this is a bit flimsy, so I think what I would do, so I've got something better to work with, is I would fold it in and iron it again, and it will stick together. Now, things to remember is the iron gets really hot, so don't touch the iron, only touch the handle of the iron. Also, because you're pressing onto this paper and plastic, that will also get hot, so you need to let it cool down before you fiddle around with it. So make sure that it's nice and cool before you touch it, and then you can see that I end up with a sort of fabric-y material that I could then sew together. I could make a wallet, I could make a little bag, anything really. Have a go.